They've been putting it off for too long.
Yeah, Glizzy said something about it, and I went and looked at it. They're also talking about Disney Plus are going to get special access to stuff at AMC or something.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. They're going to be showing some Disney and Disney Plus things over in AMC theaters. That's pretty exciting. You know, especially the way that hedge fucks were talking shit about AMC being a dying business and blah blah blah, when in reality they're absolutely fucking killing it. They're up huge over the last couple of years, even likely to exceed 2020 and 2019 as numbers with much fewer movies, which is pretty incredible. Less available movies, and they're making more money, more better margins. It's phenomenal. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Boss Blunt's Think Tank.
I put a screenshot in mod only, so you can look at
Awesome.
it.
Thanks, Zumbach. Appreciate that. Welcome to Boss Blunt's Think Tank. My name is Marcel Kalinovic. I'm the Butcher of Wall Street. This is the next video in a series discussing the macroeconomic and geopolitical implications of over-leveraged hedge funds on our financial system, and as a byproduct, precious metals and meme stocks. That being said, let's jump right into it, because what you're about to see is probably going to disgust you. And I hate to be that guy, but we try to keep it as real as possible. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us. Tony, Coco, In Your Base, Fear of God, Mac, Doobie, great to see all you boys and girls. Welcome to the party. The first... Oh, my man, I'm here with my man Cash Money and my guy Zumbach.
Yo.
What was
Let's fucking go.
What was it that you said about AMC just a few minutes ago?
Oh, me?
Oh no, I have you can
Well, AMC is not a fundamental play. It's not a fundamental investment in the sense that it's not your regular stock. Unfortunately, over-leveraged short hedge funds have created a situation in which the fundamentals of a stock market, of the entire global equities markets, are extremely overvalued, and we're in a bubble that is inescapable.
Yeah, we're not here for the fundamental of AMC. We're for the fundamental of the market.
Absolutely. The market fundamentals are in complete disarray. They are entirely lacking. And now the Securities and Exchange Commission has greenlit a $35 trillion pot of funds from your pensions to prevent the Options Clearing Corporation from defaulting. You got that right, ladies and gentlemen. Previously, there was a $1 billion cap, a maximum amount that of pension funds that could be taken by the Options Clearing Corporation in case of a member default. So a short hedge fund or a market maker, a prime broker, you name it, a family office, etc., is over-leveraged in the markets for whatever reason, whether it's meme stocks or shorting other, whatever it might be. It doesn't even matter what security, because if you think of 100 securities, probably half of them are extremely over-leveraged in a bad way, whether it be credit default swaps, mortgage-backed securities, shorts on silver and gold, meme stocks, bonds, even cryptocurrencies. This quote here says, with respect to the OCC's overall liquidity plan, the non-bank liquidity facility program reduces the concentration of OCC's counterparty exposure by diversifying its base of liquidity providers amongst banks and non-banks, non-clearing member institutional investors, such as pension funds or insurance companies, said the SEC. What this means is that the $1 billion cap for taking money from pension funds to prevent the Options Clearing Corporation from defaulting has been removed. And now there are $35 trillion available for Ken Griffin and the SEC and Jerome Powell to pay me my fucking money when my favorite meme stocks squeeze and my favorite precious metals squeeze. They increased this, remember, ladies and gentlemen, from $1 billion to $35 trillion. If you have a pension fund, it is not safe. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice of any kind. This is simply my opinion.
Yeah, we're gonna be rich.
We're going to be so motherfucking rich. And I hate to say it, it's at the expense of billions and billions of people around the world. But it's not my fucking problem. That's why we're here, trying to warn people about the issues that are happening on our markets. That's why we've been here since last July, doing these YouTube videos, explaining to people why the market is in a perpetual downturn, why the market is going to crash, and how it's going to happen. But the majority of people, even since last year, believe that that was impossible. Believe that that would never happen. And pretty soon, they will see that come to fruition. Take a look at gold. Gold is absolutely plummeting. It has dropped below 14 million ounces for the first time since April of 2020. For the first time since April of 2020. Why? Because in April of 2020, central banks and governments and even institutional banks around the world were flocking out of fiats and out of the markets and out of bonds and into precious metals like gold and silver. Withdrawals since May 6th through today, which is September 12th, have totaled over 9.4 million ounces worth of withdrawals. Open interest is equal to 169% of all vaulted gold and 343% of all registered gold. Again, why? Because there is not enough gold in the vaults or registered to meet the actual demand on the COMEX. And it's getting drained further and further. I see a couple questions in the chat. I'll address those a little bit later if I can, but I cannot give you financial advice. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you how to protect your pensions because I don't know how. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, when, why, or how. I'm just here to tell you what I believe is happening in the markets, and it's up to you to figure out what is the best thing for your own financial situation. Because that's not, I'm sorry, this is not financial advice, so I cannot tell you that. I don't know what is the best for you, any specific person. This is silver. And this shows an absolute plummeting of the troy ounces starting at the beginning of 2022, even the end of 2021, when we were still reporting on this, telling people that we were going to see something far worse. Here was 2020, during the COVID scare. There was a pretty significant drop in the amount of registered silver in the COMEX. And now we have eclipsed that by more than double. We are nearly 2.5 times fewer troy ounces, or should I say 2.5 times more withdrawals of registered and vaulted silver from the COMEX. The vault totals gained a few 100,000 ounces today, but open interest is now equal to over 210% of all the vaulted silver. And the open interest is over 1,500% of all registered silver that is warranted metal for future deliveries. Good Lord. This is an unprecedented situation that's coming out of London Metals Exchange. The relentless hemorrhaging of one of the world's largest stockpiles of gold and silver are well underway. For the last 9 months now, the stockpile of silver held in these vaults in London has been falling consistently each and every month. and has now reached an all-time low since Vault Holdings began in 2016. All-time low. These vaults are the precious metal storage facilities run by the bullion banks, HSBC, JP Morgan, ICBC Standard, Brinks, Malcolm and Loomis, the security operators. Since the system of vaults is administered by the London Bullion Market Association, they're collectively known as LBMA vaults. All right, and these LBMA vaults are just absolutely getting obliterated right now. The latest data for August shows that the downward trend is still occurring. During July, the London silver inventories in LBMA fell almost 5% month over month, seeing an outflow of 46.5 million ounces of silver. That's 1,447 tons of silver. Again, a new all-time low since the recording of the silver began in 2016. That's why this chart only goes back to 2016.
Where is it going?
Central banks.
You know it. I wonder what they know.
Yeah, right. They know exactly what they're doing, and they are telling everybody that everything is fine. During the last 2 months, July and August, LBMA lost 2,517 tons of silver. Tons. Check this out. Here you go. From bullionstar.com. You can see it for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Except for a small blip in November 2021, you can see 13 out of the last 14 months have been withdrawals. That was ever since July, from July of last year, with the exception of November, through today, every single month has been withdrawals. And since the end of June 2021, right here, we've seen 8,200 tons of silver. That's 263 million ounces leave the vaults. And now what's left in here? 1 year's worth of a mined production. 1 year's worth of a silver mine production. That's it.
And all the money is spread out all over the world.
Yeah, and it's all going to central banks. And the regular prime brokers, like JP Morgan, are leasing it out to other prime brokers like Bank of America, who are turning around and naked shorting the very same silver that they just fucking borrowed. They leased it, and they didn't even take possession of it. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, come here, Parker. Come here, honey bun.
Look at this, Daddy.
Oh, what do you got there?
I got my SpongeBob jacket on.
You look phenomenal. Come here, SpongeBob. Come here. Chase wants to ask you something. Do you want to ask her something, brother?
Hey, yeah. Hey, Parker, where are we going?
To the moon.
When?
Tuesdays.
Okay.
Is that right? All right, that sounds like a plan. Give me a high five. Check this out. This is directly from the COMEX, showing futures positions as of September 6th of 2022.
2022?
Yup,
22?
that's right.
I have a supermarket.
We have a story on our hands here of a oil crisis. This week, Joe Biden withdrew the most oil from our country's reserves ever in the history of the United States. 8.4 million barrels of friggin' oil were removed from our special petroleum reserves. And it's the only reason that gas prices are going down. At the same time, OPEC announced last week that they're going to cut production of oil by 1 million barrels per day. Less supply in our United States reserves, less supply from OPEC, increasing demand due to the cold winter and more people needing to drive instead of ride their bikes and walk. What do you think is going to happen with the price of oil? 73% of silver is a byproduct of things like gold, copper, zinc, and lead. Okay, and smelting is extremely energy intensive. Half of the European Union's output of zinc has already been shut off. As zinc's smelting process separates the silver from the ore, this is decreasing supply. And only 27% of silver supply is primary. So there's massive short positions on silver, and you can see that they are going long on open interest of silver. If you can't read what this says, that's basically what it's saying. Let's talk supply and demand. Industrial demand is 52% of the total supply and 64% of the supply from mines like HYMC, Highcroft Mine, of which AMC Theaters owned 25% of Highcroft Mining Corporation. When it comes to silver, it's used for everything. Everything. Televisions, cell phones, electricity, the battery in your Tesla. All of that comes directly from silver. It's estimated.
The best conductor in the world, nothing better, David Gold.
Yep. No other precious metal can do what silver does. No, nobody can. Electric vehicles use thousands and thousands of tons of silver every single year, and that's only going to increase. Commercial banks like JP Morgan have an enormous amounts of influence in the silver market, and they are the largest holder of physical silver in the world. And the cost to borrow, SLV, the stock ticker, has skyrocketed over the last 2 weeks. Check this out. This is this SLV borrow fee, the cost to borrow for ticker SLV. Big shout out to Bob Coleman on Twitter for this chart. Excellent chart. Historically, silver prices in future events with the foresight and precision to account for the actual pricing will be difficult to say. It could be possible that it's shorted further for these central banks and prime brokers to buy more. It could be possible that the ability for them to squeeze is over, but that's unlikely. The reality of the matter is there's a current pump in the market happening all across the SPY and global equities. And currently, AMC is around $10 a share. But you have to keep in mind, you have to add up AMC plus APE, because that's also another $5.80 a share. Combined, you have something called AMC1. AMC1 is the derivatives basket that holds AMC and ape. For those that are unaware, let me bust this out for you. Before I get there, Bank of America, for those of you that are unaware, holds large short positions in AMC1, AMC, and APE. FINRA fined them $5 million today. Bank of America was fined $5 million for failing to report large options positions. What does this mean? They would only fail to report short positions to cook the books and prevent margin calls. Short positions on silver, short positions on gold, short positions on AMC, AMC1, APE, GameStop, and you name it. Go check out the ISDA contracts for yourself, and you can see what they're shorting. But I've seen them for myself, and I've seen that they're shorting AMC and silver like there's no fucking tomorrow. Now, where does this lead us? Look at the COMEX in New York. All right, registered silver inventories, as we discussed, are absolutely plummeting. There are only 46 million ounces of silver left in the COMEX. That's the lowest in New York that we've seen since 2018. Yep. Here's the registered silver stockpile in the COMEX silver and registered stocks. Down here and here. The registered silver is near a 5-year low. And eligible silver, which just only represents the silver stored in the COMEX approved vaults, which could be traded if it was put under warrants, but realistically has nothing to do with COMEX trading, hasn't really fluctuated much in 2022 and ebbed and flowed by about 30 million ounces.
And that can be gone in 3 to 6 months.
Bingo. Global silver demand is poised to increase even more while industrial numbers gear up to break records. Demand has been extremely resilient, and with the United States government wanting to push things like the Green New Deal and green energy, it is going to further increase the cost of silver, thus making it more difficult for assholes like Bank of America to short silver and gold, in turn leading to margin calls on all of their short positions. This is the great resist. And people need to turn it around. Fuck the Great Reset. Fuck the World Economic Forum. Fuck Klaus Schwab and fuck Bank of America. Fuck Ken Griffin and Jerome Powell. Pay me my fucking money. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, why do I mention Ken Griffin? Because Citadel is shorting United States government bonds. Thank you to Dr. Marco Messler, founder and CEO at FMPC Consulting, formerly the director of Fitch Ratings Global Agency. Oh, I've got some angry kids. You hear that? He says, Dr. Metzler continues to say, that Citadel is shorting U.S. government bonds, which will lead to the mother of all margin calls and the financial meltdown of the global financial system. What did you do?
It's this Penny not eating my food.
Oh, come eat your food.
Maybe Penny ate my man, so.
Citadel is playing the same criminal game with U.S. government bonds as it has with other meme stocks. Whoops. What the hell did I just do? There we go. This is possible because the Fed is offering free money in the RRP, in the repo.
Money?
Yeah, free money and the reverse repo market. Citadel has shorted the United States Treasury bond market beyond recognition using the repo market. Okay.
Wow, man. Talk about finding the hand that feeds you.
Yeah. They know that they're extremely over leveraged on meme stocks, and the only thing they can do is hold it over the government and the SEC and force them to do things like this. Allow a $35 trillion pot of money coming from your pension, my pension, your mom and dad's, your grandma and grandpa's, your sons. Our pensions are at stake. Previously, there was a $1 billion cap on the amount of that pension funds could be tapped by the OCC to prevent defaults. Yeah.
Grandma and Papa.
Grandma and Papa's, yeah. Sadly, they're going to lose their pensions. And there's nothing I can do to help them.
My Papa, when they was going, my Papa was staying with me when they stayed in Citadel. They stayed with my Grandma and Papa. And so one day I had a big diaper. I had a big diaper.
Excuse me a second.
I had a big diaper in there.
You're funny. Okay.
I have a big diaper in
You
the
know-
bowl. Yeah.
Listening to her say about grandma and grandpa, that hits hard. You know? That hit hard. Hang on. It's almost tough to continue right now.
Let go.
Okay, come on. It's time to go. All right. The fact of the matter is that Citadel owns a company called Palafox Trading. And this was originally brought up to me by a person by the name of Raven Palafox on Twitter last year. So I've been watching this for quite a while. And I have a feeling that Dr. Metzler may or may not have spoken to this person, but she was very informative and educated on the matter. But Citadel owns a company called Palafox Trading and uses it to exclusively short sell and trade treasury bonds. Palafox, in turn, manages the Citadel Global Fixed Income Master Fund. Total assets are over $123 billion. And 80% of that is owned by offshore investors in the Caymans. Their reverse repo agreements are fully rehypothecated, and they cannot repay their own repo agreements until someone pays them first. This means they're borrowing them to a person that they borrowed them from. And then those people are going ahead and borrowing them again to somebody else. And those entity is going ahead and borrowing those same things to somebody else. Dr. Metzler continues to say the entire global financial economy is built on a fractional reserve system that will very soon experience the mother of all market collapses. Looks like he mentioned ape user ATOBITT discovered this and has published an article about it. His conclusion is, all of this has led me to wonder what the FICC's balance is on government deposits. For those of you who don't know, the FICC is a branch of the DTC that deals in government bonds. Just like the updated DTC rule for additional liquidity deposits calculated throughout the day, the FICC also calculates this amount related to Treasury securities several times a day. Would it surprise you to know that the FICC has 4.7 quadrillion dollars in deposits alone for unsettled Treasury securities? Jesus Christ, could that be correct? Let's see, 47 billion millions times 1 million. Yep, that's 4.7 quadrillion dollars worth of deposits alone for unsettled Treasury securities. Can you imagine how astronomical the actual margin must be? 4.7 quadrillion, people, with a Q. Jesus. Unbelievable. This is why the Securities Exchange Commission had to greenlight 35 trillion This is fucking depressing.
Well, come on. It's only 47,000 trillion.
Yep, that's it. And if it's any consolation, if you're properly hedged, I truly believe that we're going to be so fucking rich. I'm done, guys. I gotta go. I can't fucking do this no more. Gonna be so goddamn rich.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Gonna be fucking rich. I want my fucking money. Griffin, I want my fucking money.
So goddamn rich.
Yo, motherfucker.
Filthy rich.
You have no fucking idea. Holy shit, we're gonna be so fucking rich. I wish you peace and wealth, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Thank you, Chris Vetch, Ape. Thank you, Grandpa Barney. You guys are the best. Thanks very much. Please like and subscribe if you found any value. Share it with your friends. Share it with your mom and dad. Try to help people.
Thank you,
Listen, I want my fucking money.
You're an original,
Hey,
aren't you?
Yellen, give me the fucking money. Get the goddamn money printer out.
Great.
Someone, come on. Get them in the ball. Oh, fuck.
Bounty cutter.
We're gonna be so fucking rich. Get the goddamn money printer out. You're good, bro. Everything. Thanks everybody for being here with us. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. I think it's time for me to buy some more AMC, Ape, AMC1. Might buy $100 grand or two in the coming days. I'll live stream that. Thank you, everybody.